has been with me longer than anyone else. We took over this building 1 year in. We started as a rapid response to COVID. We are partnered with all of the local farms, the Fishermen's Alliance, the fishing and shellfishing industry at large, and Whole Foods Market is our largest community partner. We take in over 100 cases of food from them a week. It's mostly produce. You'll get to see kind of how we do some of what we do. Our focus is increasing nutritional security on Cape Cod, and I like to draw a kind of defining line. Who's heard that term, nutritional security? Anybody? Mainly because he listens to me once in a while. Yeah. But food security is something that gets talked about a lot. And food security is defined, how I would define it is, if you are hungry on a regular basis, likely economics plays a role, dollars and cents, right? If you don't have access to enough food, that's usually comes down. There can be other factors, but dollars and cents has a lot to do with it. Nutritional security, in my humble opinion, is a national epidemic and can be influenced by dollars and cents, but it's also just that the United States does a really terrible job with food. We are heavily dependent on prepared food, which most often is high in fat, salt, sugar, and or preservatives, or all of the above. Almost no one in the United States gets enough nutritional density. We don't eat a wide enough variety of food, particularly fruits and vegetables. We don't get enough, vitamins and minerals and fiber that our body needs. So what our goal is in order to create sustainable change, to increase nutritional security, my belief is you have to meet people where they're at. Well, where are we at? Prepared food. But we want to give you nutritious, delicious prepared food. We want to expose you to things you might not have had before. We want to get your buy-in that you do in fact like more than the 5-year-old American white food diet, and taste it and be like, oh, okay, I really do that. And then we do things like help people help themselves through things like my cooking show. I did a cooking show last night, and you guys are actually, for our family meal today, we're gonna roll out exactly what I did last night. We made quesadillas, so some of you are gonna come prep quesadillas for everybody today. All of you are going to get to have lunch with us. But helping people help themselves with thinking of cooking and eating as life skills. It is a direct food, and what we put in our bodies is the number one thing that affects our physical and mental health. So, it's super important, and if we can help others help themselves, then it's that whole, you guys, I don't know if you've heard this, but it's the idea of if you give a man a fish, you allow him to eat. But if you teach him to fish, you allow him to eat forever. So that's part of what I think you guys have this amazing capacity to do. I'm so excited. You may or may not have any idea, and some of you might not know, Matt Tropiano is one of the most skilled chefs we have on all of Cape Cod. When he took a position with culinary with Cape Tech, I was over the moon for the students, because to me, we are missing so much in today's society with regard to a love, a passion for food and for creating sustainable change and for making a difference in the world. Matt and I have very similar belief systems about food and in the world as at large. So when this partnership started to come to fruition and Deke, was all in and Matt was all in, I was over the moon. For you guys and for you, if you don't know, we have to date put over 190,000 meals into the community. We also we take in the food, my teams determine, we have over 500 volunteers right now, and we always need more. But the teams downstairs take in all of what gets donated. They determine what we can use in the meals we're gonna produce. And then whatever we can't use, but we can rescue, we clean up and put right back out through agencies that interface directly with families. So we have rescued and put back over 80,000 pounds of fresh produce back into the community. And then whatever we cannot rescue goes to feed the local farm animals, and whatever they don't on Cape Cod as compost. And that has a significant environmental impact. So reducing waste, increasing sustainability. We are the only food program that addresses the entire cycle of food. So I thank you for coming and being a part of it, all of you. Jeni Wheeler, again, has been a chef on Cape Cod for 5+ decades. Longer than I've been alive.
I taught hotel restaurant culinary arts for 20 years, and I was a chef on the Vineyard, actually in 1968. Think about that for a minute. Love it, passionate about it, loved being with you guys, in the classroom last year. Not sure quite what happened, but here I am. So here I am. I was very excited to hear Chef Trupiano, taking over the program. Just to echo what Jeni said, part of the secrets of what happens here is volunteers and we call it work that they do, but they're really here because they're passionate about what they're doing in terms of helping out. I've talked to a lot of culinary students, and when I ask them about, why are you doing this, they say, I love working with food, and I'm passionate about working with food. This opportunity for you will give you a chance to really fulfill that kind of situation with some direction, because you're going to be surrounded by people who have that same passion, that same care for people. Would we like to make Velveeta macaroni and cheese? Yes, we would. We've been kidding about this for years and years and years. If nothing else, the current environment on the Cape is that people are hungry and we're responding as an organization. My hope is that you take that response and you take it to the next restaurant that you work in and say, you know what, we should be thinking about what we're going to do with this extra food and how can we get this packaged up, because it really is one chef at a time, that really addresses it. So, I'm excited to see you. I'm looking forward to working with all of you.
And we have several programs.